Welcome back, Romantic Home family. I'm Olivia, Olivia's Romantic Home, and welcome into part 2 of my Love Shack Fancy Shabby Chic bedroom makeover. Now, in the last video, I shared with you guys how I made over those little Walmart mirrors to make these wall panels that you see back behind my bed. We also hung all of these curtains, and then I even added the florals on either side. I had feedback from you guys, and it was also super helpful. I also asked you all, what color should I paint my bedroom? Should I leave it white, paint it pink? And then so there was a lot of people that voted to paint it pink. A lot of people also voted on green. I considered all of those, but there was a resounding number of you all that voted pink. So we are going for pink. You guys know it is my favorite color, and I think it's going to be beautiful with all of the white details that I have already in the bedding, in my bed, and also in the mirrors that we painted. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove everything. I went to the paint store today and I picked up 2 buckets of Sherwin-Williams paint, and I am so excited to tackle this project and so excited to share with you guys and take you along for the ride. There was actually a lot to remove. Even though my bedroom was small, I feel like I had a lot packed into there. So when I go back in to redecorate after I paint it, I'm definitely going to just choose everything very carefully, even though there's not that much that can go in here. Now, a lot of you all said that you did not like that lace panel in the center of my curtaining, and I agree with you on that. I actually hope that I can find somewhat of a bed crown. Wouldn't that be pretty above my bed? I'm taking everything off the walls and then moving my bed. It wasn't that hard to move, actually. I really feel like Cinderella doing this makeover. I just wish I had some little mice that could help me, or a fairy godmother. Color I chose Alyssum by Sherwin-Williams. You guys can grab it at Lowe's. And then I chose the Showcase. It says it stays clean, advanced stain and scrub resistant, 1-coat coverage guaranteed. Okay, we'll see about that. But I'm super excited to start this, and again, the color is Alyssum, and the other colors on this were Lovable and Amaryllis. So anyway, that's the color. Super excited. I hope I love it. I hope you guys love it. Let's get started. Okay, so getting started on this paint project, I just went ahead and grabbed a pre-made pack of roller brushes and a trimming brush and the little pan to put it all in, because I'm a super messy painter and I will just end up probably throwing the little insert away. I also was thankful to have a backup roller brush, even though I hoped that this would just be a 2-day project. I pushed myself and made it a 1-day project, so hopefully I can walk tomorrow. But I'm gonna go ahead and add in the paint, and it is really probably the perfect pink. Now, it is a shade darker than the one that I used in my hallway and my living room. So the one that I used in my hallway and my living room was Cotton Candy Pink by Sherwin-Williams. This is called Alyssum, and it's spelled Alyssum, I believe, and it is at Lowe's. You guys can easily find it, and they have different finishes that you can choose. So the first thing I'm doing is trimming out my walls with my little trim brush, and the trim brush was amazing that came in that little pack. It was so good. I highly recommend buying a new trim brush. If you guys see me talking, I'm talking to my daughter. She had gone on an interview today for a summer job, and then she also got her license in the mail, and for some reason the saturation on her picture on her license made it look like a little bit tinted orange, and so we were just laughing and talking about that, and she was, you know, just keeping me company while I was trimming out the walls. This is the part that I do not enjoy the most, is the trim work. It is so tedious and I am so messy. I'm gonna have to go back in tomorrow and really clean my floors, because I kept just cleaning up my little paint spot messes. I didn't put anything down on my floors, which I probably should have, because I always think I'm going to be less drippy than I am, and then I end up kind of drippy. And I mean by drippy by dripping paint on my floors, but it's easily cleaned up on my floors because they're that faux laminate hardwood. So anyway, I'm just going to go in now with my roller brush and just start rolling once I have it trimmed. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions on, am I doing this right? Like, I don't know. I'm just going for it. But I went up and down, and then I turned my handle the opposite direction to go down to the baseboard area. So I guess that's right. I can't imagine that you could do it any other way unless you were doing squats, which that could have been a good workout. No, I will tell you, when I first started putting this color on, it looked really pink. It looked really like hot, bright pink against the white. So it went on kind of brighter than how it dried, which is so interesting with paint. So my suggestion to you guys would definitely be to test out your paint. It's also, if you guys saw the color swatch, so much lighter on the color swatch than you could ever imagine. That's another thing, is when you're looking at color swatches, always probably err and go lighter, or put a swatch on. Now, I found this color by my sweet friend Hannah. She has an Instagram account called The Doll Home. It's spelled DAHL Home, and she has a pink home, and she recommended that this is her favorite color of pink, and I completely agree. It is the perfect shade between you know, a light pale pink and a rosy pink. So it's not too dark, but it's also not too light, and I feel like it's just the perfect shade. I think it's going to go with so much. It doesn't have too many blue undertones or too many red undertones, I think is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to play some pretty music and let you guys watch me paint. I've had so many of you all tell me that you like watching me paint, so I included a lot of painting in this video. Now it's time to take down my curtains and begin painting this part of my bedroom, which is tedious. I don't know if you guys can see, but off to the right there's this like little storage area, which I don't use it for storage, I guess because it's hard to get to. You'd have to use a ladder, but I could put some pretty storage boxes up there because I feel like I'm always needing storage for like blankets and sheets and just extra. I can even put like winter clothes up there. But I had to climb to the very top of the ladder and then clean it because it was very dusty. I don't know that I've ever cleaned up there. If I have, it's been a very long time. And then kind of wedge myself up on that top area and paint. So anyway, it was a little bit of a flop out, and I did not film that part because I can't imagine. It was probably the most dangerous thing I've done because my feet were completely off the ground, and then getting back on the ladder was also scary because I couldn't tell where I was going. Now, of course, I had my daughter. I could have called for her if I needed to. She was in the other room, but still. Anyway, I did make it safely up and down off this ladder though. I know it's weebly wobbly and I still need to get a new ladder. This is the one that I fell off of when I broke my ankle, but I don't think I fell because the ladder was wobbly. I fell because I was not being careful stepping from furniture to furniture, from the ladder to the furniture. Anyway, so this is a little bit of the tedious part though. I just had to let you guys know. And you know, if you're doing a painting project and you feel like it's daunting and you can't do it, tell yourself you can, because I think that's just what I did with this project. I was just like, you know what, I can do it. And I did not get distracted. I did not let myself get distracted. I really stayed on task, and I actually painted 2 coats, you guys. I trimmed it out twice and I painted 2 coats to get it just nice and covered, even though the paint said that one coverage would work, and it probably would if I would have used like a really thick coverage on it. But I went back in and I did another coat, and hopefully I can walk tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be going to yoga class to stretch my back out, my legs out. My feet do feel a little bit sore, but I do work out quite a bit, and so I think that's helping keeping me going and in shape as I get older. But what do you guys think about this pink color? I think you're really gonna love it. It looks really, really beautiful. I can't wait to see it tomorrow. I'm actually spending the night in my guest room, which is my son's old bedroom. So Benji Bear and I are just kind of cuddled up. It's a smaller bed, so it feels really different. And then everything from my living room has been pushed into this spare bedroom, so it just feels unsettling and discombobulated. I can't imagine how it would be to do like an entire like really big home reno or makeover project, because I feel out of sorts just not being in my bedroom one night and being in a different room in my house. But this guest bedroom I'm actually going to work on next. Hopefully I want to paint it blue and make it into like like an English country garden, but have it be with the blue colors, because blue is my son's favorite color, and that's actually the color that his room used to be. We painted it gray, and I'm just kind of over the gray, even though gray is nice, and if you have gray walls, that's fine too. I'm just in the mood for some color. So you guys had voted pink, and I will tell you also that the pink looks different in different lighting. I do have quite a bit of lighting in this room because I have, you know, the doors that go out to my patio from my bedroom, but I really like the cotton candy that's in my living room and hallway, because those rooms are small and I wanted them to feel a little bit lighter. So I would suggest maybe this more for a bedroom color, and then the cotton candy pink more for a lighter, you know, brighter color that's less in your face pink. But I wanted a really nice pink color, and I think this is beautiful for Love Shack Fancy, Shabby Chic. I don't know, I'm just really loving it. So here you can kind of see where the pink is and then where the white is. This is like an overview of what I have done so far, just so you guys get a little bit better of a look of what we have going on. I can't wait to share with you all the final reveal of how the color turned out. I think you're going to love it. I think it really gives character to this room. I want to add a chandelier instead of the standard boob light that they put in most homes. And, you know, I have a lot of dreams for it. I would like to add trim to the top, some really beautiful trim to the top of the walls, but we'll just see how my budget unfolds. Maybe I could reach out to some companies that might want to send me some things to help me finish this room. We'll see. But even just, you know, spending a little bit on the paint, it was about $100 for the paint, and then about another $20 for the rollers and all of that fun stuff. But so it's not a bad makeover project if you're going kind of for a little bit more budget friendly. It's definitely more budget friendly than wallpaper. And but it is time consuming, and it does take some work. There's some elbow grease that goes into painting your walls for sure, but I am loving it. I feel like this pink is just making my heart flutter with so much delight. I feel like it's like I'm like in Cinderella's castle, the magic kingdom. I don't know, it's just like a fairy tale in this bedroom. So I'm going to continue making it into a fairy tale, and I love hearing all of your feedback. I know so many of you all had voted for me to paint it green or pink, but pink was definitely the winner on this. And thank you for all the kind comments. I am just letting my heart soar and just choosing to do what I love inside my home, which I think you guys should do as well. If you love a color, paint it. It's your home. Friends, thank you all so much for joining me on part 2 of my Shabby Chic Love Shack Fancy bedroom makeover. I am so excited to reveal the final pink walls, and hopefully I can put some of my bedroom back together by our next video. I'm also thinking of painting my nightstands. They're kind of like an unfinished wood shabby chic. I'm thinking about painting them white with some gold leafing, so stay tuned for that, as well as how I'm going to style back behind my bed. So remember, in part 1 of my Shabby Chic bedroom makeover, we created these wall panels with Walmart mirrors. I'm probably going to go ahead and rehang those back behind the bed because I think they're beautiful. I used the Love Shack Fancy wallpaper, which is super gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I made 3 of these panels, and then I want to actually hang a curtain rod that's like a pretty decorative one back behind my bed, and then I can just change out the curtains on it, and it's also going to be decorative. That way I don't have to feel like I'm covering it up, because a lot of you guys in the last video had said that you didn't like that center lace curtain panel, and I totally agree with you. That center curtain panel was way too dark. It's like an antique lace. It's not actually dirty or dingy. It's completely washed, but it came in that just antique color, which isn't gonna really look right in this room. So I just want to thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so excited for my pink bedroom. I know that I'm gonna wake up in this bedroom and feel like a real life Disney princess, because it's never too late in life to feel just a little bit princessy and happy, and I feel like pink is the color of love for me, and so I just know that this is going to bring me so much joy and just make me fall in love with my bedroom. I'm already like looking around, and I'm so excited. And you guys, I got paint everywhere. I got paint in my hair, I got it on my face, I just keep getting it everywhere. I got it all over my arms, I got it on my shirt, and even my pretty pink skirt, unfortunately. But this is going to be my crafting skirt, which it already kind of is. Anyway, I've gotten a lot of use out of it. I had it a couple years. So anyway, super excited for that. But I did not want to leave off this evening without sharing the latest devotional with you guys, because I think I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 coats of paint on these walls. It looks like it got covered with 1 coat, but underneath it was white, so I'm just wondering if 2 coats would look even better. So I'm definitely thinking about going over at least the back wall with another coat, and then wake up in the morning and see what I think about it, how it looks, all those fun things. So we're gonna read our devotional, which has been on patience, and that is kind of a hard thing for me. I'm very impatient, as you guys can tell. I'm like, can I be done painting already? And I'm surprised I actually got all of the walls done in one day. It's not the perfect paint job, but the places that I messed up on, like towards the ceiling or on the baseboards, I need to repaint the baseboards anyway. So that's gonna be something that's super boring that I have to do. But this devotional is called Never Give Up. I see your faith in my promises, and I know the doubt that arises as you must wait for their fulfillment longer than you feel is necessary. You struggle with your faith because you're afraid that you're falsely hoping and time seems to be running out, but it is not. I am always perfectly on time, and my miracles are never late. My delays are not denials, so don't give up, though there seems to be no hope in sight. You won't see my miracles coming. I act suddenly without warning, so keep praying and keep hoping in faith, no matter how long it takes. Every delay in the answers to your prayers is an opportunity for you to trust me to a greater degree, to strengthen your faith and gain a greater revelation of my faithfulness. Know that I will use these challenging times of waiting to work within your faith and create a firmer foundation to carry you through the difficult roads that lie ahead. I will never forget you or forsake you. so you are not waiting in vain. Allow my grace to consume you, my love to comfort you, and my help to strengthen you, and my peace is to enable you to rest and wait. Help is on the way. Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. And that's Galatians 6:9. I love that. Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Isn't that amazing? God just asks us to wait patiently and to not give up. And sometimes it's hard. It's hard to be patient. So I hope that this blesses you, and I'm going to hug all of your hearts so tight. I cannot wait for the next reveal of my Shabby Chic bedroom transformation. I did go with a little bit of a darker pink. It's that alyssum color that I showed you guys, and I love it. It's so up compared to the white wall. You guys can see that it is a little bit pinker than the pink that I used in my living room area, just because I thought, you know what, I can go a little bit pinker in my bedroom. It's just me in here, and it will be, you know, I can decorate around the lighter pink. Like if I decide to go with oranges for fall, I can still do that. But in this pink bedroom, I was like, you know what? I just want it to be super pink and girly. So anyway, I hope you guys are loving it. I can't wait for you guys to see it in the brighter light, because now it's almost evening time. So it kind of changes colors in the light. When I first put it on, I was like, oh my gosh, it's really Pepto pink, but now I'm absolutely loving it. So, I don't feel like it looks like as bright Pepto pink. It's more of like a soft rose color. In fact, if I can tell you, I think that this is the perfect pink. So I love you guys. I hope you have a gorgeous, blessed day. Come back for part 3 of my Shabby Chic bedroom transformation Love Shack Fancy. I'm excited. I'm just so excited. I'm really looking at this Love Shack Fancy wallpaper. It would even be cool to do like an accent wall, or maybe do my closet in this wallpaper. The only problem with the wallpaper on my walls with the peel and stick wallpaper is my walls are textured, so it doesn't want to stick on as well as it should. So anyway, paint works. I love you guys who've been back. Until our next video, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye. Okay, it is now almost midnight. We're finishing up editing this video, and I almost forgot to include a clip of Benji Bear, but here we are in my son's bedroom with all of my stuff crammed into here. We're just camping out, kind of. Here's my son and his little future wife. I have their little pictures up there. They were high school sweethearts, so it's all those fun things. But Benji Bear just wants to say hi. We didn't forget about you guys. All the puppy dogs and kitty cats. He's not really for sure what to do because we're just kind of displaced. But anyway, we love you guys. Roof, roof, and meow, meow. And have a great night. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. I love you.